Hello and welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott Wave update for LISK. Now, just to be clear, this came up on my crypto screener today. I'm just looking for scalp trades down at the 5-minute and wanted to show you this more as education than anything. I'll show you the trade I'm looking to take. I'm not in it or anything. And a specific thing needs to happen for me to get involved. But just wanted to show you the count. This is on the daily. I have a 5-wave move to the upside. You can see a lot of spikes. There's clearly not a lot of liquidity in this coin because of all the price action you can see. But I wanted to focus in on this area. One thing to notice, whenever I see a pretty long move, I throw on the time fib. And expectation is, this was kind of a double bottom here, but the expectation is this correction would need usually between 618 and a 1-to-1 in time to correct this move to the upside. So we went through the 618 and this clearly is not enough time to correct this move. So where does that leave us, right? We passed through the 618 on the other side as well from the downside. So I believe we are in the middle of a correction, but the reason this one popped out to me is only the possibility of the pattern I see down at the 5-minute. So I think eventually we're going to end up down at the 786. How we get there is yet to be seen. I think we actually come something like this, something like this, something like this. But I just wanted to show you down at the 5-minute. Or I'll show you the 15 minutes. Let's back it up here. So from our high, we had a very complex move. I think this is more of a double zigzag here. And this is a expanded flat. So a W, just looking at the move, WX, I believe we've topped. And we're looking for our Y down to that 86 cent zone over here. So what I'm looking for is a series of complex moves, and I'll show you that at the moment. So I have this as a flat pattern, as an A, B, C. Oh, I got an alert. Close that for now, check it after. And reason being is what happened off the X here. I see this. You can see kind of what I'm setting up for. But I have this as a 5-wave move to the downside. As our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's pretty clear, right? This is where scalping can be helpful because you can get quick moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's check the fibs. Came to the 618 and the 200. It's clearly an impulse to the downside, which is why I have this as a flat pattern, because this looks like 5 as well. And you can't end something in 5 unless we had some sort of flat over here. So it's usually the beginning of something. So I saw this price action over here, and it's a series of 3 waves. And the best way I can see that is as a triangle, potentially to the downside, a barrier triangle, as you can see. So this is a pretty nice setup if this plays out. Again, nothing says this has to happen. I was just looking at previous structure over here as well, and I don't see us really pushing. We're like stuck in this range here. I don't see us making higher highs where this is like some sort of A, B, C to the upside. You can see we're just stuck in this range. So I'm looking for the trade setup short. And what this would be is a zigzag. An A, triangle B, C to the downside. I'm not sure where this will end up for our 1-to-1 between the 618 and the 100%. We'll have to pull it once the E starts to confirm itself. But remember, my target's there around 85 cents. Below that low. So this is what I'm looking for. Maybe you'll find this educational. This isn't an update for the coin, because obviously in the future, if this is a 5 wave, we'll get a pretty nice move later on, but just trading, scalping in the middle of this correction. So most likely this will end up complex long term. I'm literally just looking for the C wave. I assume this will be a ABC zigzag, and whatever this turns into after to get us over here, I'm not sure. But as of right now, just playing that C wave on the 5 minute. So the way my trade setup is, this E wave can come pretty deep. Preferably we break around the trend line here. But what my plan is to buy below the break of the low point. You can do that at the D, you can do that at the A, whatever the low point you choose is. That's kind of where the trend line was. And what I do is I have a trigger to enter me into that short below that spot. So I'm not just getting in now. It's just way too far. You'd have to put it up at the C wave. So I wait for this to start. My order gets triggered, and my stop will be wherever this E wave is. Once I get triggered in, wherever this E wave is. So I'm kind of constantly adjusting my position size based on how much risk I want to put into this. And once I see this start to come, I have the entry right now below this A wave as my trigger, and the stop at the current high. But if we make another high for this E wave, kind of do a fake out, then I'll readjust my entry to that E wave high, but I'll still have the same entry, right? It'll just be a smaller position size. So as of right now, that's what I'm looking for, but it's a pretty good trade setup. Not financial advice. I just wanted to show you what I'm doing. And if this doesn't play out, it doesn't make lower lows, and we end up just coming up here, and this ends up being some sort of flat pattern, right? Which is very reasonable to happen. I won't even get in the trade, right? I won't get triggered into that trade because we didn't make a lower low. So it's kind of making the market confirm me, but I'm not sure where I'll take profit. One way to do it is the beginning of the A wave in the triangle. Push that off from where the E is, something like that. So it looks like it's gonna be pretty good if this trade setup works, around 10 to 1 risk reward, something like that, if we pivot right now. But again, I let the market confirm me in. My entry is not till we break these lows, and my stop will be at the top of the E after we break the lows. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Maybe you find this interesting. This is what I do all day when I'm not like giving updates, is I look for big moves of the day, whether that's uptrend or downtrend, and look to either play in corrections or short at tops, etc., just for quick in and outs. This would be like probably less than, how much time would that take? It would probably take, when it breaks, the same amount as the A wave, slightly longer. A couple hours, potentially. Unless it drags out a little bit longer. But literally just looking for that move only. All right, guys, that's it for this one. If you like this sort of thing, let me know, and I can do a little more of it. But these are tough to give updates in real time. That's why I don't really do it. All right, guys, thanks for watching.